This new moon happening in the sign of Pisces on Sunday, March 10th at about 5 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time illuminates creativity, intuition, imagination, and also our illusions. But I am calling this new moon the moon of launching our dreams. And that's because Pisces is all about the realm of dreams, not only our nighttime dreams, but our inner dreams as far as our goals, our intentions, our ambitions, our desires. And this particular new moon is actually the last new moon of winter. By the time we get to the next new moon, we're going to be fully into springtime. Spring and summer are the manifestation times of year. Winter is the time where we hibernate, we go within, we cultivate our self-care. And winter time is the time where we ultimately gain the awareness around how we want to grow and develop in the coming year. So, being that this is the last new moon of the year, this really is the very best time of year to make sure you are absolutely certain and clear around what your inner ambitions are, so that we can really take advantage of the creation energy that's coming in with the spring equinox right around the corner here. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name is Carrie Konyha. I'm a professional psychic reader, soul guide, and shamanic healing practitioner in Sedona, Arizona. I love working with astrology to inform and guide our journeys in our personal growth. And I'm here to share with you today insights around the energies that are shaping up with this new moon. So let's go ahead and dive in here. Because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, it comes with themes around endings. And this new moon in Pisces is supporting us in clearing away old emotional patterns that are no longer serving us as we prepare to move into Aries season with the spring equinox. So the ending component to Pisces combined with the energy of the new moon, and the moon is about our emotions. Pisces is also connected to our inner emotional being as well. It's the clearing away, the releasing of any old emotional patterns that we're ready to be done with, so that we can move into spring with renewed enthusiasm and optimism. Now, this particular new moon in Pisces is loosely conjunct Neptune. Both the sun and the moon are in a loose conjunction to Neptune. Neptune is the planet that also has to do with spirituality, creativity, compassion. It can also be about illusion as well. Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces. So the Pisces themes and the Neptune themes are really linked. The classic ruler of Pisces is Jupiter. And so that brings us into an element of growth and expansion as well. This is definitely a time where our sense of connection with intuition is going to be heightened. One of the most empowering practices that we can all do around the few days of the new moon is really tuning into and paying attention, and maybe even doing some journaling about what your intuitions are, particularly around matters of healing, with the clearing away of the old emotional patterns you're ready to be done with, but also paying attention to our intuition around what we're intending to embrace, embody, create, experience, explore, or manifest in the coming year. And that's because of that conjunction with Neptune. And with every new moon, the sun and the moon are aligned or conjunct with each other. The moon being our inner intuitive emotional nature, the sun being our awareness. That always, each new moon brings us into a time where we can have a unity, a unified harmony connection between our awareness, our sense of identity, and the connection with our intuitive self, as well. The Neptune conjunction is really accenting that connection with our intuition and our deep unconscious desires as well, because Pisces being connected to the 12th house is about our deep unconscious self. So intuitive awarenesses around your deep unconscious desires may be bubbling to the surface over the next several days as well. Astrologically speaking, the sun, the moon, and Saturn are all in a sextile aspect to Uranus and Taurus. Sextile aspects bring opportunities. Uranus is the planet of unexpected change and opportunity. Taurus, being an earth energy, is very conducive to manifestation energy. It also is energy that supports us in really being anchored or grounded or establishing foundations for growth. So, with the sextile aspect, we can expect this energy to generate innovation, inspiration, welcomed surprises, or unexpected opportunities. Both Neptune and Mercury are also making a sextile aspect to Pluto in Aquarius. Neptune is in Pisces, Mercury is at 0 degrees Aries at the time of the new moon, and the sextile to Pluto supports early stages of cultivation regarding our ambitions on the creative inspiration and creative idea level. And these creative ideas more than likely can be like sudden light bulbs of awareness that come in, especially with the Uranus sextile that is happening as well with the sun and the moon and Saturn. So just be aware of sudden bursts of inspiration, illumination, awarenesses, creative ideas that come in from out of the blue. It's always a good idea to write those types of things down because we always think we're going to remember them at the time, but we don't always, right? And then, really, the only challenge aspect or clashing aspect that we have going on for this new moon is a square between Venus and Mars squaring Uranus. That energy can be really impulsive. And so, the advice I will give here is to resist the temptation to act or react in rash or impulsive ways. This is a really good time to practice mindfulness and practice holding your true values in the forefront of your awareness. For instance, if you truly value harmony, peace, love, let that be what you deliberately choose to bring into life, even if situations happen that might be a little triggery. Again, you're practicing mindfulness, resisting any temptation to impulsively act or react in ways that you may later regret. Just call this a time to practice cultivating mindful awareness, which really is also connected to the higher octave aspects of Pisces, because Pisces does have to do with our spirituality. In looking at the chart around this new moon, I can see that the water element is the most dominant element. Water is the element that is connected to our sensing, feeling energy bodies, our inner emotions, our subconscious mind, our creativity. So, all of these themes that are connected with Pisces, because Pisces is a water sign, the water element being dominant, can also leave us feeling a little bit extra sensitive, touchy on sensing, feeling, or emotional levels as well. So, emotional self care as we're coming through this new moon energy. For those of us who are really concretely setting new moon intentions, the exact time of the new moon is not actually the very best time because the moon is still dark. Waiting a day in where there's a little bit of illumination, where you can actually see the crescent of the new moon, in the sky is the best time for any intention setting, ritual, or magical ceremony that you might want to do during this time. And then as far as the modalities are concerned, it looks like the fixed mode is the prominent one. When the fixed mode is prominent, that can bring in rigidity or stubbornness, but at the same time, it can also support us in really being grounded in what our determinations are. And intuitively, I'm feeling that it's more along those lines. Right now, energetically, the fixed modality is supporting us in being really grounded and rooted in what our determinations are so that we can move forward and, get a positive energy circulating in the direction of those things that we're intending for ourselves. And with that, I want to go ahead and share some insights and messages. I'm going to pull cards for each sign, but I'm also going to talk a little bit about the astrology here based primarily on what your rising sign is. So you can listen for your moon sign, your sun sign, but your rising sign is going to be the most accurate in regard to what I'm going to share on the astrological level. One more thing that I just remembered, speaking of Pisces season, I want to remind you all that my Mastering Intuition Apprenticeship program is now available as a 100% on-demand streaming course. So many of you have been asking me to create a version of the course that is in this format to make it easier for you to progress through in your own time. So I've got that all set for you. I will link the details below. Especially encourage those of you who are on the wait list for the Art of Reading Tarot course that I'm going to be teaching this fall. If you do the Mastering Intuition course first, before then, that's going to make you feel way more equipped to be able to launch into actually doing tarot readings once you also finish the tarot course. So again, I'll link all that information below for you to check out. Okay, let's go ahead and get into insights and messages for each sign. And I'm going to start with Aries. So if you are an Aries rising, the new moon is falling in your 12th house. And this is going to bring enhanced intuition, dreams, themes around closure and healing. But let me pull a card for you as well. I felt inspired to work with my Osho Zen Tarot today. I like to work with this deck, particularly when I'm looking specifically into matters of deep soul guidance. So, Aries rising, your themes are connected to creativity, intuition, closure, and healing. And let's see what additional message wants to come through for you in the cards. And the message that you got in the Osho Zen Tarot is called schizophrenia. Okay. So when we look at this actually is very related to 12th house themes because 12th house does have to do with our deep unconscious mind, the psychology of us. And the schizophrenia card in the Osho Zen Tarot represents a process of feeling disjointed and needing to integrate. Within the theme of intuition, creativity, endings, and healings, the closures, having healing, which leads to closure, is exactly what's going to lead you back to a sense of mind, body, spirit wholeness after a period of feeling disjointed, confused, scattered, however you want to say it. So if you're an Aries, let me know in the comments how that's showing up. I love when you guys share insights around how you recognize that this is all showing up for you. So we are coming into Taurus now. If you are a Taurus rising sign, then this new moon is happening in your 11th house. And the 11th house message for you is that it's time to vision board your future. This is a time of creating like an energetic blueprint through the use of your imagination that you can utilize as like a grid that's supporting you in that manifestation process. On 3D levels, for Taurus, this can very much be a time where collaborative opportunities show up for you because that is connected to the 11th house themes. And let's see what other card you want to get here comes up for you. It is the success card, but it's coming up reversed. So I'm going to show the card right side up. So this is the energy of success. And when the card comes up reversed, the energy of that right now is internally blooming, blossoming, calibrating, hence the vision boarding, your future. There's a saying, I've shared it here on this channel before, but this is coming up for you now, Taurus. The saying is this: we can't find what we're not looking for. If we don't know what we're looking for, if we don't know what we're focusing on, we don't know what we're intending, there's no way that it can really truly manifest. So this success card coming up reversed for you is saying, take the time to get clear on what you're intending. And in that way, you are literally co-creating in a very powerful way with the universe that's going to enable you to achieve the most success based on what your intentions and endeavors are right now. So with that, let's go ahead and come into Gemini. If you are a Gemini rising, then this new moon is happening in your 10th house of career and long-term goals. So this is a time where you can gain more of a sense of accomplishment, confidence, achievement, recognition, and appreciation in the area of your life that is connected to career or long-term goals. And the card that's coming up for you is the experiencing card. And it's coming up reversed. This is what the card looks like right side up. And when this card comes up right side up, it represents a time of gaining knowledge, wisdom, cultivating skills through experiencing. And so in the reverse, I would say, do not resist opportunity for you to experience things that might be a little bit outside of the box of your comfort zone, but that's exactly how you are going to gain the confidence, the recognition, the notoriety that is represented for you here in the energy of this new moon. Next up, we're coming into Cancer. If you're a Cancer rising, this new moon is happening in your 9th house, which inspires adventure, exploration, expansion, and self-discovery. I love how these cards show up. It's like you can't make this up, right? The card that is coming up for you, Cancer, also is reversed, and it's the card that's called the Outsider. This is what the card looks like right side up. And when this card comes up right side up, it represents an energy of feeling isolated, feeling separate, feeling not connected or left out even. Okay? So in the reverse position, it's coming out of that energy. And this totally matches these themes of the 9th house moon, your moon being in your 9th house, inspiring adventure, expansion, and self-discovery. Let yourself fully dive into however you feel inspired along those lines. It's time for you to not exclude yourself from life anywhere. Nobody's excluding you, right? It's you unintentionally excluding yourself. Now, I know Cancer energy and Cancer can be really reclusive, but it's time to come out of your little reclusive bubble and see what's out there in the world. Put your adventure cap on. Okay, we're coming into Leo next. So if you're Leo rising, this moon is happening in your 8th house of personal transformation. So transformation happens through letting go of stagnation and allowing fresh energy to circulate for Leo. And the card that's coming up for you is the participation card, also reversed. So this is what the card looks like right side up. When this card comes up right side up, it's the energy of collaboration, essentially, co-creating. And in the reverse direction, it feels like there's soul growth opportunities for you, Leo, around contributing your unique talent, skills, and abilities to like a collaborative venture rather than going solo right now. Okay, next up is Virgo. If you're Virgo rising, this new moon is happening in your 7th house, which is going to be bringing in relationship themes. This can be relationship endings, relationship new beginnings, um, cultivating, refining things that are connected to long-term relationship, because the 7th house is long-term relationship. And this can be romantic relationship, but it can also be long-term family relationship, long-term business relationship. Long-term relationship themes are showing up for Virgo right now. And the energy that's coming up is called the burden card. It did show up reversed. I showed it to you right side up. It came up reversed. So self-explanatory. When the burden card comes up, this is feeling an energy of burden. This would be likened to like the 10 of Wands in a traditional tarot deck. In the reverse, it's being able to shed, release, let go of burdens. And for you, it's going to be in regard to relationship themes. So one of the wisdom teachings that comes with this card is about setting boundaries. Typically, the way that we get to the point where we feel burdened is because we've taken on too much from other people. And so the boundary that we reset or establish leaves more spaciousness and room for you and what you need for you. Virgo is very service oriented by nature. And so it's out of your desire to lovingly be of service that you sometimes unintentionally take on too much and squeeze yourself out of your own life. More than likely, somehow that is connected to a dynamic that is showing up in long term relationship themes. And so you want to remember for you to value being of service to yourself in the same way that you are of service to others, so that you can have more of a balance along those lines. Okay. Libra is next. If you are a Libra rising, then this new moon is happening in your 6th house. And this is going to be all about optimizing your healthy wellness goals, your healthy wellness routines, mind, body, spirit, all the way around. And the sorrow card is coming up for you. The sorrow card really can be a lot about ultimately an emotional healing that happens through being present with where your sorrows are. So for you this month, Libra, optimizing your health and wellness routines more than likely is connected to being able to clear, purge, old sorrows within you, which is very connected to the overarching theme of this new moon anyway, around clearing old emotional patterns that no longer serve you. Having clarity and awareness, and almost like a maybe even a somatic experience of being able to clear, purge, integrate, heal old sorrows through allowing there to be some form of movement, whether that's crying, like the person literally is doing in the card, or some type of body movement. You want to purge as in express it somehow and release it out of you rather than keeping things bottled up. In fact, in the sixth house, keeping things bottled up can lead to health issues also right now. So be aware of that. Being willing to feel your feelings so you can heal your feelings ultimately is the message for you for this lunation. Moving on to Scorpio. If you're a Scorpio rising, this new moon is happening in your fifth house of creative self-expression. The fifth house is also about romance, love affairs, children. But psychically, what I'm really dialing in for you, Scorpio, it's about the creative self-expression and allowing other people to witness your creative side. Check in with yourself and ask yourself how you're feeling guided to be creatively expressive. It could be through music, exploring music, creating music, listening to music, dancing to music, any other form of creative self-expression. And rather than keeping it like a secret, hidden shadow part of yourself, letting it be seen, sharing that part of yourself with other people, especially being that it's in the fifth house, is only going to benefit you in feeling more connected within your social circles, within your recreational circles. Creative self-expression through those types of social recreational circles. Moving on to Sagittarius. If you're a Sagittarius rising, then the new moon is happening in your fourth house, which is the most private sector of you, your deep inner self. It's your roots, your origins, your family lineage, your early childhood upbringing, your home, things of that nature. And so the message that I'm getting for you is that renewal of happiness somehow happens through realizations around your roots, your ancestral lineage, your early childhood. Realizations around that somehow inspire a renewal, a rebirth within you. Interesting. The card that came up is the transformation card. Deep, soulful, transformative alchemy for Sagittarius rising people right now. I feel like this is like becoming who you are more consciously, deliberately, rather than just unconsciously being who you were conditioned and socialized and domesticated to be. Essentially, that is the thing. Okay, Capricorn. If you're a Capricorn rising, then this new moon is happening in your third house of communication, sharing ideas, finding your voice, speaking your truth, those types of themes. And it's the friendliness card that's coming up. And so the friendliness card invites the uplifting sharing of ideas. This could also be in more social types of settings as well. So this new moon for Capricorn feels like it's going to be on the lighter side of social interaction. Sounds good. Okay, Aquarius. If you're Aquarius rising, the new moon is in your second house of what you value, what you possess, and how you make money. My sense is that this brings creative approaches to your financial growth goals. This new moon inspires creative approaches to your financial growth goals. That could be connected to creative approaches to paying off debts, creative approaches to any ideas or structures that you have in place for the bigger picture, financial growth. And the flowering card is coming up. So for Aquarius, this is a positive time of flourishing, especially regarding financial growth goals, your values, and your possessions. And then last but not least, Pisces, this is your new moon of the year. And this new moon is happening in your first house of self identity. So this could be you doing something significantly different in how you adorn yourself, your fashion. Maybe you're changing your hairstyle, your hair color. Maybe you're doing your makeup different. You're trying on different fashion looks. It's you dialing into, what creative way of expressing yourself feels like an authentic match to your inner world. And the card that is coming up is the breakthrough card. It is showing up reversed, but the breakthrough card, self-explanatory, breakthrough in awareness. But for you, it specifically is going to be connected to things that have to do with your self identity and shining that out into the world. So the fact that it came reversed is saying that the breakthrough is happening internally right now. It might not be externally obvious to other people until you decide to demonstrate that through some type of externalized physical creative expression in the ways that I described earlier. So anyway, I want to remind us all that we also have eclipse season coming up around the corner. So I'm going to be chiming in within the next week or so with some deeper insights. In the meantime, for those of you who feel like you might need some additional guidance throughout this time, feel free to reach out to me at my website, holisticspsychic.com, if you'd like a psychic reading or take a look at your astrology, your 2024 transits. And then once again, be sure to check out below the link for the Mastering Intuition online on-demand course. All my love, guys, blessings, namaste, and I will see you around the corner in the next video.